Never doubted them. I never doubted them whatsoever. I mean, don't kid yourself. Don't say that I doubted them. Don't say you doubted them. We knew they were going to win this game. Man, that was bad. That was bad. And before I get into the video right now, I'm like going to explain to you because I know the quality of the video is good, but the audio quality is probably not the best. Just because I'm recording this straight off my phone. My recording software with my computer, it's completely effing up the entire time. It keeps freezing while I'm recording. So right now I ordered a new desktop. It's going to come in hopefully within a month. Hopefully not that long, honestly, because I can't stand this. But gonna work with what I got. Gonna try to fix the kinks out with the laptop for the time being. Try to fix the recording software so it doesn't continuously freeze on me. But right now I'm gonna do what I got right now. So sadly, audio quality is probably gonna be messed up from that. So getting into the game, I guess you could say it's typical Flyers fashion the way they won. I mean, it's the goddamn Buffalo Sabres, man. Why are you going down 3-0? 3-0 to this goddamn team. It's ridiculous at this point. It's insanely ridiculous that you go down 3-0 to this team. But hey, we could say it's typical Flyers fashion that they won it this way. They score all 3 goals in the third period, winning in overtime. Man, I hate this team. I hate this team with a passion. I mean, just like that start. How do you start off like that? After your coach literally calls you out, calls out the veterans, calls out the guys, did not take this team lightly. How do you not come out with a fire under your ass? And also the stuff they just talked about Carter Hart, which a lot of fans aren't happy with. I'll get into that a little bit later after the game recap. But how do you not come out with a fire under your ass after that? I don't understand. That start is inexcusable. That start is just unacceptable to have. You can't start like that. And you go down 3-0 because of it. You just can't. You cannot do that whatsoever. And just getting into the game. Like I said, start was terrible. Sabres controlling the pace of the play. Brian Elliott having to make saves. He was making saves. Definitely made a couple of them, especially one on Reinhart. Wide open in the slot, made a glove save. And then when the goal happened at the end of the first period, and the Flyers, yes, they did take a couple of penalties throughout these first 2 periods as well. So just the start overall was just not good. Flyers barely got any offensive zone time, but the goal by Buffalo was really annoying the way it happened. Flyers can't clear the zone, and literally, as the play is transgressing, you get 5 Flyers guys on one side of the ice. 5 of them, all 5. Not 3, not 4, 5. On one side, trying to get the puck. Can't win the puck battle somehow. Puck goes all the way to Jokiharju, and wide open. Goes in the net. Puts it 5-hole through Elliott. Yeah, I think Elliott should have stopped that puck, but I kind of blame it more on the Flyers having 5 guys on the one side of the ice to try to get the puck. Where's the winger at? Where's Sam Morin at? Defending out for that pass to Jokiharju. That's just a total collapse and breakdown in coverage. When you need 5 guys to try and go and get the puck on one side of the ice, leaving Jokiharju wide open. And it's 1-0 Buffalo. Go into the second period when they have a power play to start off because you took a penalty with like 9 seconds left in the period. Okay, you kill off the power play, but directly after, it's Cody Eakin that buries it and makes it 2-0. And then not that long after, halfway into this period, it's Brandon Montour that makes it 3-0. It's going bad to worse at this point. Flyers can't get any pressure in the offensive zone. Can't generate anything. When they do get on-man rushes, they elect not to shoot the puck. They got more shots in the second than the first, but didn't really look that good. And just a terrible 2 periods. Terrible 2 periods for this team, but the third is where it changes. It's where it really changes. Kevin Hayes gets you started on the goal sheet. Makes it 3-1 Buffalo. Almost said 1-0 for some reason. I would like to forget those 3 first Buffalo goals, but hey, Kevin Hayes makes it 3-1, starting the comeback. And then halfway through this period, after a power play expires, Ivan Provorov keeps the puck into the zone, gives it off to Jake Voracek, hands it over to Couturier, who finds a wide open Claude Giroux with an empty netter, and he buries it. 3-2 Buffalo. Flyers getting chances left and right still. Majority of this period was controlled by the Flyers. Buffalo did have their chances as well, but majority of it was controlled by the Flyers. And then they continue to get chances. The Flyers got a couple of power plays. They don't score in it as usual. Even though the power play recently has been hot. Didn't help them in this game, no. But going to the ending of this period, Flyers pull the goaltender. They get lucky because Buffalo decided to ice the puck. And the Flyers got an offensive zone draw. And the Flyers also got lucky, too, because Buffalo almost scored on the empty net as well. Claude Giroux turned the puck over, allowed Buffalo to go the other way, but they couldn't get that far because, they missed the empty net. Flyers go the other way. They set up a little bit, throw pucks on net, and it's Sean Couturier with a redirection past Allmark, and he ties the game at 3. And then, the Flyers made it scary at the last final minute when Buffalo was getting all the chances in the world. They can't clear the zone. They can't win the faceoff. It got scary at the end. But get into the overtime. Get the point. You get the point. And it doesn't take that long in overtime. At first, I thought Buffalo was going to score because, oh my God, what the hell happened here? You literally got Claude Giroux getting manhandled by Dahlin, but Claude Giroux's battling. He's fighting it off. He still has the puck, and he still beats Dahlin to the loose puck somehow, and he gets the puck up to Travis Konechny, who skates up with a little 2-on-1 with Ivan Provorov, hands it over to Provorov, and then Provorov goes backhand 5-0 past Allmark, and he wins the game 4-3. Just, like I said, typical Flyers way to end this game, but still. So Buffalo goes to an 18-game losing streak now. I can't believe I'm saying that. An 18-game, like, geez, it's bad for Buffalo. But we almost lost to this team. We went down 3-0. And I think this is the second game in a row for Buffalo where they've blown a multiple goal lead. They blew it to Boston a couple nights ago, and they blew it to us tonight. So things are just going from horrible to horribleness with Buffalo at this point. I feel bad for them. I feel so bad for them, but I didn't want to be the first team that ends the streak for Buffalo. And they still have another chance on Wednesday. So we got to get a win on Wednesday so they can continue their losing streak. Because I don't want to be that team that ends it. Even though we were insanely close tonight. We were. Okay, you got the 2 points and you finally won consecutive games in March. Can you build off of it? I have no idea. I have no idea at this point with this team. If you look at some stat lines for this game, Flyers led the shot totals 36-32. They out-faced off them. Both teams 0-2 on the power play. Buffalo out-hit us. They out-blocked us with shots. And Buffalo 8 giveaways to our 2 giveaways. So the Flyers they need to play better. They really need to play better. They cannot come out the way they came out tonight. You just simply cannot do that. It is unacceptable. It's really unacceptable. And I want to get into the standings real quickly, but right now my computer, like I said, is frozen once right now, so I'll get into that when the browser unfreezes. But to get into what Alain Vigneault said this afternoon before the game about Carter Hart. So he says Carter Hart, he's not going to play these next 2 games. These are going to be mainly just work days for him, practice days, him getting on the ice early, him staying on the ice after practice, working with the goaltending coach, just getting his work ethic back and just finding a way to get him right in the head. And I'm with this move. I am with this move by Alain Vigneault. I know there's not a lot of people that are a fan of it, but if you put Carter Hart in this game with the way his confidence is right now, maybe you do lose this game. Maybe you do, because Elliott did come up with some big saves tonight. Who knows? Carter Hart could have done the same thing, but I am for giving Carter Hart these days off. He doesn't have to worry about playing in the game. He just practices because, yeah, granted, with the shortened season and the weird schedule, you don't have that much practice time either. So let him get a couple of days of practice in. He works with the goaltending coach, and he finds the way to get his game back. Finds a way. Finds a way for him to get back into his head. I know there was another report, too, about him changing one of his teachers that he grew up with for a long time, just his mental teacher. So maybe that's one of the reasons that's affecting his game too, from his standpoint, because it's the first, even though I didn't read the full story, but they're not with each other right now, just because it's not because of a personal accord, it's just because of something that they just can't handle at this point, I guess, because of the whole thing with COVID, I'm assuming. But yeah, Carter Hart, I'm with the move by Alain Vigneault. I know a lot of people are questioning him right now with the decisions that he's making, but I'm with this one. We need to find every way possible to get Carter Hart back into his head. Find a way to get his head back in shape. Because right now his confidence is shot. And yeah, granted, too, the team in front of him hasn't been good. Just hasn't. But he also hasn't been good this year either. So he needs to find a way to get back into the form that we all know he can. And I'm not worried about him at all. I'm not. This kid has an unbelievable work ethic. And even though I know Alain Vigneault questioned the work ethic, saying he has to work harder, work better, I'm not sure that's really what he meant. I think he was just like he said he talked to Carter Hart before this press conference too. So Carter Hart's not upset about this. He knows what he is. He knows he's playing bad. He knows he has to get back into where he was before. So nothing against it. I'm fine with the move by Alain Vigneault. Give Carter Hart a couple of games off. Let him get back into his mind. Let him get his head together. And let him get some practice in. Because he definitely can use it. And maybe this is something to help benefit him too. Because sometimes it does feels like when he plays multiple games in a row, sometimes it feels like his confidence does get a little worse. So maybe these couple of games off can help him a little bit. Maybe that's something that can help. So now that my browser is finally unfrozen, let's look at the standings. Let's look at the standings for the Eastern Division. I know the Flyers, they're like a couple of points behind the Boston Bruins as this thing takes forever to load. Good old internet browser. But yeah, I know the Flyers are a couple of points behind the Buffalo Sabres, the Boston Bruins. And yeah, I know there's still a lot of time left in the season. There's still a whole month left, but they need to find a way to get it going. You just cannot come into this game. Like, you won the game on Saturday against the Rangers. You played one of your best games of the season, one of your better 60-point, not 60-point, your 60-minute efforts of the season. And you got to find a way to get those more consistently, because tonight was definitely not one of those. Definitely not a full 60 minutes. So, okay, we got the standings right here. So, yeah, the Flyers, after this game, they are 1 point behind the Boston Bruins. But to credit that, the Boston Bruins have 3 games in hand on the Flyers. So that's a little bit of trouble right there for them. Because Boston, they had a little bit of games postponed because of their COVID situation. So they have a lot of games to catch up on. And the Flyers, they're 10 points behind Pittsburgh, they're 10 points behind the Islanders, and they're 12 points behind the Capitals. I don't see the Flyers catching up to any of those teams at this point in the season. I just don't. 4th place is where you're going to have to find a way to make the playoffs. And the Rangers, they're 4 points behind the Flyers. And you can also say throw the Devils in there, even though the Devils aren't that good of a team. Even though we did lose to them last week. But they're 8 points behind the Flyers at this point. But yeah, the Flyers, they control their own destiny. They do. At this point, they control their own destiny. Not other teams. Even though at this point, you do got to watch out for what teams Boston plays. Just because, yes, that can help you in the standings. But I know the Flyers have a couple of games against Boston next week. So I think we'll get a full picture view of what happens during those games next week. Because I know it's today against Buffalo. It was tonight against Buffalo. It's Wednesday against Buffalo. I lost my train of thought for a second. Then it's Saturday against the Islanders, I believe. And then I think it's Monday, Tuesday or something like that against the Boston Bruins. I think it is. I know they play the Bruins a couple of times next week. And I think that is the case. I know they play the Islanders on Saturday. If this page would load on me, thank you very much. Yep, Buffalo on Wednesday. Islanders on Saturday. Yep, Boston. They have Boston 3 times next week. Monday, Thursday, and Saturday next week. So yeah, going to be a really tough schedule for this team. Really tough schedule. And we know how these guys play against Boston. So we haven't won a game against them this year. So yeah, those final 3 games of that season series, it's going to be crucial. It's going to be very crucial. You're definitely going to have to win those 3 games next week. But even though I don't expect it, but you got to win Wednesday first. Let's start Wednesday. Let's beat the Sabres. Let's try to get a 3-game win streak. Let's try to extend the Buffalo streak to 19 games. You know, it would be very interesting to see if they actually do catch 20, but I'm not going to say anything right now because I'll jinx the Flyers. But, hey, we finally won 2 games in a row this month. I'll take that. I'll take that wholeheartedly. So, that's going to do it for this video. So, what are your guys' thoughts on this Flyers game? How much do you hate this team? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section as always. So, don't forget to leave a comment down there. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to check out the Painted Lines, which I am a part of. The links are in the description below. Don't forget to check out the Florida Podcast merchandise website. And also the link for Flyers Nitty Gritty will be down there as well. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel, everyone, and I will see you next time. Sorry about the audio quality, but hey, I gotta compromise.